Hello and good afternoon, good evening, or good night, or good morning, wherever you're watching in the world, and a very big welcome to you and the LCR Honda presentation for 2025. LCR will be unveiling their colours as well as their rider lineup very shortly, and we'll have everything you need to know about the presentation here on the show. So it's an exciting show ahead of us. As you can see on the graphic below, I am Chris Jordan reporting live from HQ in MotoGP, while we'll also be joined by Jack Appleyard a little bit later. He's on the ground in Bangkok and has been getting a sense of everything going on ahead of the big season launch tomorrow on Sunday, February 9th. We'll also hear from the riders themselves, plus team boss Lucio Cecchinello, and we'll have a sneak peek of the special event where LCR were the guests of honour in Bangkok. So plenty to look forward to. We've just completed the Sepang Test 2025. We're also now finishing the last of the 2025 team presentations that began all the way back in Charlotte with Trackhouse Racing, as you can see there on the graphic on the right hand side of the screen. We've had a Aprilia race at Gresini Racing, then we went to Italy for Ducati Lenovo teams, reveal of their dream team of Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. Then in Jakarta for VR46, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing and Red Bull KTM Tech 3 were next up in a double header with Monster Energy Yamaha and Prima Pramac Yamaha also revealing their 4 bikes. Last time out it was Honda HRC with Tranmere and Luca Marini. Well, now it is the turn of Johann Zarco and Somkiat Chantra to round out the 11 team presentations of 2025. But the action doesn't quite finish tonight. We have plenty to watch tonight, but also for tomorrow. As mentioned, we have the first ever MotoGP season launch coming to you from Bangkok live. So plenty to get excited about. We would love to hear your thoughts as well. Make sure you get in touch through MotoGP's social media channels and let us know what you think of the show, of the new liveries that LCR are going to reveal for both their Castrol and Idemitsu sides. Let us know what you think Johann Zarco and Somkiat Chantra can do in 2025, as well as what you hope to see during the 2025 season. Here we have a few coming in already. Hello from India. That comes from Prince Kumar Singh. Hello from Barcelona to you. Hello guys from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. MotoGP heading to Brazil in 2026, as it will be going back to India in 2026. So hello, and we hope to see you there in person. Can't wait to see the new livery. That comes from Marcel Otten, and I agree, I can't wait to see it either. Typically LCR, they have a traditional style of it, but they always have a classic style as well, so it always comes out quite sleek. So I've mentioned it once, I've mentioned it twice. Let's mention it one more time, that tomorrow on Sunday, February 9th, we have the big Bangkok season launch for 2025. Let's check out what's to come.
MotoGP is back.
So that kicks off at 9:30 a.m. UTC time. Make sure you tune in. It'll be broadcast live on MotoGP.com and across social media channels as well. It is not to be missed, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So the season launch, as I said, one not to be missed. We've also been reliably informed from Bangkok that there is a sense of anticipation building already around the city, and today is just Saturday. Our man on the ground is Jack Appleyard, and he's been mingling with some MotoGP mad fans in Thailand. Jack, a very good evening to you. What do you have to report to us?
Yeah, good evening, Chris. How are we? I hope you're well back in Barcelona. What a lovely evening it is here in Bangkok as we get ready for the LCR Honda launch, the Idemitsu LCR Honda and the Castrol LCR Honda. However, I've got a sneaky suspicion that the Idemitsu LCR Honda launch is going to get quite the reception, given the fact we're about to officially launch Thailand's first ever Premier Class rider, Somkiat Chantra, of course, the star of the show, not only here today, but as I'm sure you've told everyone watching back home, the MotoGP launch at 1 Bangkok tomorrow. You certainly don't want to miss that. And I'm in the queue here. I actually feel a bit cheeky because I'm gonna squeeze in. Do you mind if I just jump ahead to do the wheel. Is that okay? I think, yep, okay, I've got a smile, that'll do, I'll wait. So it looks as though the plan here is, beforehand, I've got to say whether I am Honda LCR, Honda, Idemitsu, or SC35, and then I'll give it a spin, and if I can get it right, then hopefully I can win myself a t-shirt. But don't worry, Chris, if I do win a t-shirt and it's a size L or above, it's coming to you. M or an S, I'm keeping it, mate. So here we go, this gentleman in front of us, is he going to be happy? Has he gone for SC35? Oh, has he won a t-shirt? He has won a t-shirt, well done. Hello, how are you? What do I one? Okay, one. So I pick Somkiat Chantra. Okay, I will pick this one, please. Okay. Okay. So one prize for Somkiat, two for Idemitsu. Oh wow. Okay, right. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Here we go. Here we go. I'll give it a good spin. So we want SC35 for one, Idemitsu for two. Yes, get in there. I've got one t-shirt. Thank you very much. Look at that. A Somkiat Chantra t-shirt. Fantastic. Well, there we go. That's coming back from me from Bangkok. I'm getting ready for the show that's about to get underway in a few moments' time with all of these passionate Thai fans here. Hello, everyone. How are we? There we go. Lots of people ready, waiting and excited. I'm going to go try this on Chris and get ready for the LCR Honda launch to get underway. Back to you.
That is Jack Appleyard reporting from Bangkok, and Jack, of course, reliable as ever to get himself some merchandise from wherever the GP or the MotoGP event is. So I'll be looking forward to seeing if that is an L-size Jack, but I'm sure it won't make its way back to me knowing you. So next up we have our poll, which we want you to vote in. There's a real buzz around Bangkok, and that is due mostly to Somkiat Chantra, as Jack mentioned, Thailand's first ever rider, but he will be partnered by the grid's elder statesman, that is Johann Zarco, and we're asking you, which rider will you support in 2025? Press A for Johann Zarco, B for Somkiat Chantra. Get the votes in. That's a live poll, and we look forward to seeing your results. It's a really difficult one. It's hard to find reasons not to support either of them, particularly with Somkiat Chantra, who's just one of the happiest and biggest smiles within the paddock. He will immediately get you on side the second you begin talking to him. So get the votes in. Let's see. But let's touch first on Johann Zarco. So a big season for the French rider, a big season for the 34-year-old who's been on the grid since 2009, and you can see some of the images here and of his achievements. Of course, 16 seasons in the World Championship circuit, famed for the Sunday backflip, which we've seen a couple of already. 2 world titles to his name. They came in 2015 and 2016 in the Moto2 class. 21 MotoGP podiums, including an unforgettable victory in Australia back in 2023, which ended a 120 Grand Prix wait for a Premier Class win and saw the return of that famous Sunday backflip. He moved to Honda in 2024 and was the top Honda in the 2024 championship. His best finish coming in Thailand, that was a P8, and he'll open up the season there once again as he enters his sophomore year with LCR Honda Castrol. And it's quite promising for the French rider in 2025. And indeed, Honda, after the Sepang test, we had 2 RC213Vs finish inside the top 10 times. Zarco was the top one. That was P7 in the Sepang test, and promises a bit more to come from Honda in 2025. So, which rider will you be supporting in 2025? Johann Zarco has taken the lead. 65% of you are getting behind the Castrol rider, the French rider, and 35% of you with Somkiat Chantra. We imagine, though, he will have incredible Thai support when we hit Buriram in just a few weeks' time. Now, before we move on the show, let's take a look at some of the stuff that we have produced from 2024 and which has been recently released. The docu-series There Can Be Only One was released very recently across MotoGP.com and its social media channels, and you can watch all 5 episodes for free. Let's take a look at what's in store.
The world's fastest riders are ready to hit full throttle once again. MotoGP is back. The party starts right here and now. Is this frenetic battle between Bagnaia and Marquez?
Non è né colpa tua né colpa mia, ma tutti e due a terra.
Shark attack. It's the rookie sensation Acosta.
That's bad.
It's a race win behind Martin.
Hay que ganar.
3 names for the most coveted seat in MotoGP.
Calici perché io c'ho la new.
Magic Maverick Vinales, the top gun is back on top.
We don't give up until we reach the very top of this class.
Honestly, I would be pissed off in KTM's position if they manage to lose him.
Para Magnus una opción.
Masterpiece from world champion Pecco Bagnaia. Whoa! Here comes Marc Marquez, one of the greatest comebacks in Grand Prix history.
Tienen que dar ya mi nombre ahí.
But here comes Martin with the element of surprise.
There are more title contenders than ever, but there can be only one.
I tell you what, if that doesn't give you goosebumps of the 2024 season, then I don't know what will. Absolutely thrilling watch and an absolutely thrilling campaign. Let's hope for more of the same in 2025. A reminder, there are 5 episodes to watch, and you can watch them on YouTube or on MotoGP.com from Marc Marquez's comeback with Grassini taking some brilliant victories, the battle between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin for the title, Pedro Acosta's rise, some brilliant stuff there, and a great way to keep you entertained over the next couple of weeks while we wait for that opening round in Thailand. Now, next up, we've already touched on Johann Zarco. We're going to have a little look at Somkiat Chantra now as well, and just discuss the rookies' chances in 2025. But first, let's just take a quick look at the video coming in on Somkiat Chantra. So Somkiat Chantra, Thailand's trailblazer, the number 35. He is the rookie, one of 3 rookies coming up to the class, but the first ever Premier Class rider from Thailand. He's a habit of making history as well. He was the first ever Thai Grand Prix rider. That came back in Indonesia 2022, and he also gave a really unforgettable Parc Fermé interview. His second win came at the Japanese Grand Prix in 2023. He's got 5 more Moto2 Grand Prix podiums, while at the Sepang test he impressed. He spun the most laps of any rider, hitting 204 across the 3 days in Malaysia. The Buriram test is next up for Chantra. Before that, opening Grand Prix at home, and what an unforgettable occasion that is going to be. Watching the number 35 on the LCR Honda Idemitsu bike in front of his home fans, and we know what the fans in Thailand are like. We often hear them screaming, roaring in excitement through our headsets and through our television screens. So that is going to be such an unmissable event. What can Somkiat Chantra do? He will be locked in the battle for Rookie of the Year in 2025 with some stiff competition. His old teammate from Honda Team Asia, Ayagura, is the Moto2 world champion. He is one of the rookies, while we also have Fermin Aldeguer on Ducati machinery. Can Somkiat Chantra become, and maybe spring a surprise and become, the Rookie of the Year for 2025? It's exciting times for Chantra, and if you haven't seen him before, you are going to fall in love with him once you see him for the first time. He is one of the biggest smiles in the paddock, and it's very infectious. So let's take a look at the final results of the poll. Who will you be supporting in 2025? 59% of you say Johann Zarco. Somkiat Chantra makes a little bit of a comeback from the earlier results. He's at 41%. So both riders heavily supported. Now, without much further ado, we have 2 livery presentations to present to you from LCR. The first of which will be Johann Zarco's number 5 machine, LCR Honda Castrol. Let's take a look at the bike he's going to be riding in 2025. Well, there you go. Revealed for 2025 is Johann Zarco's RC213V, and as they say, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Classic colours for the Castrol machine, the red, white and green, and I have to say myself, it's quite slick looking. We've seen some beauties through the years and from different riders, of course, Cal Crutchlow, Alex Marquez, Alex Rins, incidentally the last rider to win aboard the LCR Honda machine. And there we go, really, really beautiful bike. The mix of the 3 colours, which we've often seen on the RC213V with the stripe pattern on the side. I'm looking forward to seeing that one in action with Zarco aboard that this year. The Sepang test was quite promising for him and Honda, and maybe he can just bring a few surprises in 2025. It's been a while since we've seen him on the podium, but can he get on the podium this year in 2025? So let's see some of your comments coming in. I have hope Zarco's Honda will be in the top 10 position in points by the end of the season. Well, that is a realistic target for Zarco. He was the top Honda last year. I think it was P17 in the championship, but now with a year's more experience aboard the RC213V and with the bike having made a step, that's a pretty realistic aim. LCR Honda's livery is always the one to look out for. They never disappoint, and I have to agree with that. It's a classic and it always works. Now, let's hear from the rider himself. Johann Zarco is in Bangkok and Jack Appleyard caught up with him.
Johann, the Castrol LCR Honda machine officially launched then for 2025. Just firstly, what do you make of the colour scheme for the new year?
But it's quite similar of last year, and but last year I was in love with this bike, and I can see that I'm still in love with this bike, and the color are so cool, and even the leather suit is matching so well with it. I tried to match my helmet even better than last year, so yeah, pretty happy with this combo.
And this just the start of what's going to be a busy weekend in Thailand. You've just enjoyed all of the atmosphere with Somkiat, and it's going to get bigger tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so cool to have Somkiat with us in the team overall here in Thailand. It's quite amazing, and he's a nice guy. I'm discovering him, and I'm so happy to kind of share things with him. And start the first race in Thailand, I think, is a change in the calendar, and it's a nice change because the crowd will be, I think, in fire for this first race.
Of course, we come here off the back of 3 important days in Sepang. How did you feel they went? Are you starting to get ready for that season start now?
We got some improvements, I would say. Small steps, but at least we are doing some steps. And the experience also is helping to control the situation. I hope I can confirm a nice top 10 in Thailand, and then from there, grow up.
Thank you very much, Johann. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
There you have it, Johann Zarco in Bangkok talking to Jack Appleyard. He's aiming for a top 10 in the opening round in Buriram, as he says himself. Incidentally, the best result he had in 2024 aboard the Honda came in Thailand at Buriram at P8. Also interesting words on working with Somkiat Chantra, and that's going to be an interesting dynamic. Zarco, now the senior rider at LCR, given that Takanaka Gami has moved into a different role and he's got a rookie alongside him. So it'll be interesting to see how Zarco can blend his experience and working with a youthful rider. So next up now we have a promo for you. We need to talk about the... I think it's the MotoGP app. Indeed, no, it's the Racing for the Future. Everywhere MotoGP goes, we want to have a positive impact in the world, and that is part of our initiative on Racing for the Future. An impact not just on the world, but on people, on the place, and on the planet. So, MotoGP Racing for the Future, you can head over to MotoGP.com and read more about the initiative. Now, next up, we've heard from Zarco. Let's hear from Somkiat Chantra, who's with Jack.
And it is victory for Somkiat Chantra. What a weekend!
Two thumbs up and a big smile from Somkiat Chantra. That is the livery reveal of Idemitsu LCR Honda rather than the interview. My apologies there. But as you can see, another slick looking bike from LCR Honda and a very, very happy Somkiat Chantra. You can just see him beaming with that huge, huge smile. So let's just take one more little look at the livery here as Chantra pulls off the covers. And it is those classic colours that Idemitsu Honda LCR often have, the red mixed with white. Somkiat Chantra number 35, love coming from Thailand there, that's Ilu Chen Yu. Keep the comments coming in, guys. Somkiat Chantra on top. So a lot of fans of Chantra from Thailand. And it's going to be really, really, really such a special occasion. That opening round with Somkiat Chantra in front of his home fans. That support is going to be rapturous. And hopefully Chantra will develop into a top rider and have many, many, many more GPs to come in Thailand at Buriram. Can't wait for the season to start. Neither can I, Jerry. Well, Chantra is a very funny guy. The whole world will love him. We've been saying it before. Very down to earth, very humble, but just so happy to be doing what he loves doing. And that smile is so infectious. So let's see if Jack Appleyard can get a smile out of him.
So, Somkiat, your first ever MotoGP bike officially launched. Firstly, how do you think it looks?
Yeah, for me it was amazing. Because this like a dream come true. Because I was try many years, and also all the sponsor, all the fans also support me quite many years, and they try to push hard a lot to me to be here. I was so happy, and yeah. For sure, this year I will try to do my best and my maximum.
What's it been like returning to Thailand after the test, enjoying the atmosphere here today, and I imagine you're excited about what's to come tomorrow at the launch as well?
Yeah, for me it was very nice when after the test in official test in Sepang, and I come back to my home. It's very nice, and also today we have a team lunch, and also when I come here and I see all the fans was a lot to come here, and I love this, and it's very nice, and I hope also to see all the fans like this also in Buriram GP time also.
You mentioned round one, the Thai Grand Prix. Have you started to think about what that's going to be like on the Sunday, ready to start your first race with the fans screaming your name?
Oh, I cannot imagine in Buriram on the first race, and yeah, I hope all the fans come there and also enjoy to looking MotoGP, Moto2 and Moto3, and enjoy to looking and have fun in there in Buriram. And if you can come there in the circuit, should be very good. If you cannot come, please looking the MotoGP in the TV also.
I agree 100%. You don't want to miss the opening round. Somkiat, great to see you here and have a great season.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much to Somkiat Chantra for joining us there, and what an advertisement that is. A better salesman than we could ever be, but yes, he says he can't imagine what it's going to be like in Buriram for his homecoming Grand Prix, his very first in the Premier Class, the very first Thai rider in MotoGP. I have a slight idea of what it might be looking like, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, next up, guys, we're going to hear from team boss Lucio Cecchinello, but just before that, we've got the MotoGP app, which is downloadable. MotoGP at your fingertips. The MotoGP app today. Get it now because it improves your Grand Prix race experience tenfold. Never miss a moment of the world's most exciting sport. Get it on your phone so you have MotoGP at your fingertips. You have Video Pass at your fingertips and Timing Pass where you can follow every sector and every second. So if you don't have it, download it now. Now, moving on to next one, we've got Lucio Cecchinello coming up, and he's with Jack, the team boss of LCR Honda.
Lucio, the team now officially launched for 2025 in front of a great atmosphere here in Bangkok. Just firstly, how much did you enjoy that event?
Of course, I enjoy very much. It's incredible how many people came, how many media, and also the national TV. Very excited and very happy.
Let's firstly touch on the new addition to the team, Somkiat. So much hype, so much attention, especially here in Thailand as well. I asked him as he thought about that opening round, sat on the grid, waiting to start his first MotoGP race. I'm sure it gives you goosebumps thinking about what a moment that will be for him.
He will have a bit of pressure on that day, for sure. However, it's incredible what he have done so far in his racing career, because being a Thai citizen, leave your country, and doing all the learning process with the Idemitsu Asian Talent Cup, and then through the years in the Moto3, Moto2, team Honda Team Asia, and then finally arrive in MotoGP should be a real dream, and he really deserves such opportunity, and we are happy to give him this opportunity.
Johann, once again with you after a really impressive first year on the Honda. He, I think, surprised a lot of people, maybe you included. Is the challenge now to try and build on the foundations of last year?
Definitely. We feel more ready to fight, let's say, for the top 10 position, and then our goal is definitely within the end of the year to fight for the top 5 positions. We are very happy with the progress that Honda have brought on the bike, and we also are quite impressed with the performance of Johann. It's another year, and I hope to bring a lot of satisfaction to all of us.
And the team seems like the perfect blend. You've got experience and a rookie. Johann has already said he's so happy to help Somkiat on his development. How nice is it to have that mix of very different riders on very different career paths?
I always support this kind of situation in the team. I really like to have an experienced rider and also a young rider, because you can have the assurance of an experienced rider that the experienced rider can procure, can deliver the results, and then also you have a rookie, and then you are preparing the future, you are investing for your future. So as you said, it's a very good balance, and I think that both of them represent also a good combination.
Thank you, Lucio. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Lucio Cecchinello, for joining us there. Some really fascinating and interesting comments there, but particularly with the blend of youth and experience and how they are building for the future while also building for a current competitive machine. Also really interesting comments there from Lucio. A goal is to be competing for the top 5 by the end of the year, and he's impressed by what Honda have brought so far in 2025. And Zarco, anyways, he already looks quite ready. Top 7 in the Sepang test. Let's see if he can back it up at the Buriram test, and then of course when it really matters across a Grand Prix weekend. Let us know if you think Honda and the LCR boys in particular will be competing for the top 10 places. Get the chat comments coming in. But we're coming towards the end of the show. But before we leave here, we're going to pass it back over to Bangkok, where Jack Appleyard is on ground to bring us some latest news about the special event happening where LCR are the guest of honours.
Well, MotoGP fever has officially landed in Bangkok, in part thanks to this man here, Somkiat Chantra, of his 2025 MotoGP campaign, now officially launched here at the LCR Honda launch. Just look at the throng of media here to try and get a word from Thailand's first ever MotoGP superstar. And this wild weekend that we're putting on here in the Thai capital just rolls into tomorrow as well with our big MotoGP launch, the first ever of its kind. I've been speaking to a couple of people here that will be making their way down to One Bangkok tomorrow at 4 o'clock local time, and I can tell you that they are very excited, and they're trying to get there as early as possible because they are well aware of the fact that it is going to be 10, 12, 15, maybe even 20 deep in some places. I would recommend, from speaking to a few people there, that you get down early for our MotoGP launch event tomorrow, because we are expecting thousands upon thousands of you to come and see MotoGP officially kick off into this new era. We can't forget Johann Zarco as well, who has been getting a great reception from the Thai fans. What a year lies in wait for the Frenchman. It's a perfect blend here at LCR, as Lucio Cecchinello was saying. Experience with youth, the rookie with the veteran. It was said on stage earlier, they're like older and younger brother, and you can certainly tell that there's that working relationship already. Thank you for all of your comments throughout the day as well. I'm sure there'll be plenty more coming in for you, Chris. I have to say, big fan as ever of that Castrol Honda livery and the Idemitsu Honda one as well. But time for me to go back, get some rest and get prepped for the big launch tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be tuning in. Back to you in Barcelona, Chris.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack. And I have to agree with you, both the Castrol and Idemitsu liveries, they are the classic look, but they are sleek as ever. So, as Jack mentioned, we also have a big event coming tomorrow on Sunday, February 9th. That is the big season Bangkok launch for 2025. But you may have noticed Somkiat Chantra in the background there of Jack when he was giving the piece to camera, the centre of attention with the media, and there's quite a buzz around the place. As mentioned, LCR are the guests of honour as they run a parade through the streets of Bangkok. Let's take a look at some of the images that have come back from that. So as you can see, MotoGP mania sweeping across Thailand as it always does, and Somkiat Chantra having himself a very good time there, the number 35 on the Idemitsu machine. There's Lucio Cecchinello, big thumbs up and peace sign to the camera, some selfies there with some fans. Johann Zarco says it's very cool, 2 thumbs up. It's great to see such a turnout for the LCR presentation, really just warming up as a sense of anticipation really just builds in Bangkok, and this is definitely doing a lot to help that. Somkiat Chantra just having a lot of fun across the streets of Thailand here as we see both riders now reeling into the hotel just ahead of the fans. That is Carlos Espeleta, the managing director of MotoGP, of course, giving his welcome and thanks to both riders. So that is pretty much our show for today. We're not quite done yet. One more little reminder coming your way of the big event coming tomorrow. That is the 2025 season launch taking place in Bangkok. It is going to be unmissable. As you can see here, this is just a little bit of a warm-up for the first time ever. MotoGP is hosting this event. 22 of the world's fastest riders, and they are all heading towards Bangkok to kickstart the season together. Riders, fans, experts, everybody's going to be there. Tune in. If you can't be there in person, tune in across our social media channels, across MotoGP.com. We'll be broadcasting it live. It's going to be unmissable. Make sure you tune in. And once we are done with that, we can now begin to look forward to the season that's coming ahead. We've mentioned we've a Buriram test coming up, and then the season opener will take place at Buriram for round 1. After that, then we are bouncing all across the globe. It's to Argentina round 2, USA round 3, and then Qatar for round 4 before we head back to Europe, kick-started with Spain. There are some, of course, new destinations there. Germany, a classic one, but just after Germany, we return to Brno for the first time in 2020, while Hungary at round 14. Mark that into your calendars. It's going to be a special occasion. Then we jet back to Asia for round 17. Japan, Indonesia, Australia, and Malaysia, all in the space of 5 weeks, as the championship fight will heat up across Oceania and Asia. Then we return to Portugal, which has a later than typical date in November for a back-to-back header with Valencia, the traditional curtain closer. 22 races coming up, 22 Grand Prix, 22 sprints. It's going to be unmissable. Jorge Martin, Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, maybe Pedro Acosta, maybe some other riders, all vying for honours in 2025. Truly, I cannot wait. I don't think the fans can either. We're getting there, inching day by day to the season start at the end of February with the first round in Thailand. That is just about it from us. We're going to say goodbye. And the best of luck to the LCR Honda boys for the season ahead. That is the 2025 team presentations done. Sunday, February 9th, that is tomorrow, has the 2025 Bangkok season launch. Make sure you tune in then. But if you need something to do in between, we of course have There Can Be Only One docu-series of the 2024 championship campaign. 5 episodes available for you to watch. Here's a sneak peek of what you can see.
The world's fastest riders are ready to hit full throttle once again. MotoGP is back. The party starts right here and now. Is this an epic battle between Bagnaia and Marquez?
Non è né colpa tua né colpa mia, ma tutti e due a terra.
Shark attack. It's the rookie sensation Acosta. It's a race win behind Martin.
Hay que ganar. Vamos.
3 names for the most coveted seats in MotoGP.
Calici perché io c'ho la news.
Magic Maverick Vinales, the top gun, is back on top.
We don't give up until we reach the very top of this class.
Honestly, I would be pissed off in KTM's position if they manage to lose him.
Le queda bien el rojo. Sí.
La máquina es una opción.
Masterpiece from world champion Pecco Bagnaia. Whoa! Here comes Marc Marquez, one of the greatest comebacks in Grand Prix history.
Tienen que dar ya mi nombre ahí.
But here comes Martin with the element of surprise.
There are more title contenders than ever, but there can be only one.